Also, with the Green Party convention coming up and with the surge that the Green Party is seeing, I kind of wanted to, even though I didn't necessarily bring you on here to be a Green Party guest, but I want to just pick your brain just for a few more minutes because you're just such a wealth of knowledge and I'll have to have you back again.
I want to come.
Okay, I want you. Look, yay! I told you you're my new friend. Like seriously, but just think about what you were just talking about with the Move to Men and organizing and really connecting with people around issues that are common, regardless of like the other ideological and political spectrum differences. I think that's like a brilliant strategy, and we do need to see how we can do more of it because at the end of the day, conservative, liberal, progressive, whatever, there are certain basic tenets, certain basic practices that we all have in common because we all got to live and breathe and exist in the same place. And having, as we have seen, even though diphtheria, that's my name for Donald Trump, I call him diphtheria, diphtheria's abbreviation is DT. But diphtheria and pertussis, yeah. But anyway, so the kids are going back to school. We just had to make sure all the shots and stuff were updated. So yeah. Anyway, my daughter was like, "Did you know?" It's like, yeah, that's pretty cool. I'm gonna have to use that one. But anyway, but what I was saying is that just thinking about, as we look towards, the surge in the Green Party. I know we had an exchange earlier at the wee early hours in the morning about how the Democrats will tolerate someone like Nina Turner. They'll tolerate someone like me. I really highly doubt Democrats will tolerate me. I haven't been a Democrat in 6 years, and I don't plan on running for office as a Democrat, so I'm free to say I've been an independent for 6 years. In Georgia, they have some weird litmus test thing they'll pull out to kind of try and disqualify you. But anyway, but just thinking about just a few minutes, if you just have a few minutes, just take on the Green Party. You said Bill Clinton made you go green. What we're seeing now with the growth, with seeing people going into the party, what your impression is of the strategy and kind of what's going on and what we can look for, from the Green Party.
Again, Anoa, like my Green Party commitment is not idealism. It is just cold, calculated analysis that to get to the world that I want, as hard as it is to form an alternative political party, it's probably easier and more effective to do that than to try to work within a party that has allowed the corporate cash to become like a cancer that is mastetized within that entire body structure. And then I'm taking your viewers back to this note. Historically, here's what it took alternative political parties to champion at the ballot box: the abolition of slavery, women getting the right to vote, the creation of the Social Security Administration, unemployment insurance, workers' compensation laws, pure food and drug laws, ending child labor, the direct election of the United States Senate. Anoa, the very fabric of what we today consider the bare damn minimum for a just and compassionate society, that fabric was woven together by people who were at the time called third parties or alternative political parties, right? So if we want to live in a different world, not just hope for it or talk about it, but actually abolish war as foreign policy.
Right.
If we want to transition completely away from coal and oil and nuclear power to full sustainable renewable energy, if we want to guarantee a genuine living wage for everyone, if we want to actually dismantle the World Trade Organization, the International Monetary Fund, the World Bank, if we want to actually make the U.S. money, abolish the private Federal Reserve and actually make the U.S. money supply actually democratic, where we control our own economy through a democratic process. See, these are revolutionary things. If we want to do those things, I believe we have to be for them at the ballot box, because I believe that transformational change has got to be done this way. The last thing I want to point out is this. I know that Bernie Sanders is currently calling for the Sanders Institute. And he says, let's transform the Democratic Party. Anoa, I'm a little bit older than you, right? So I'm going to take you back and your viewers back to 1984 and my work on Jesse Jackson. And I learned a lot with working for Jesse in 84 and 88. As a white person, I learned for the first time, honestly, how to genuinely put myself under the leadership of people of color. I learned about Palestine and international trade laws. And the horrors associated with U.S. foreign policy. I learned about organized labor. But you know what else I learned? that the Democratic Party's presidential primary is where progressive politics goes to die, because all that energy and excitement and enthusiasm gets completely subsumed and then squashed by the Democratic Party leadership and the corporatist militarists who control that party. And now I'm going to give you a litany. In 84 and 88, Jesse Jackson said, we were squashed by the corporatist militarists, but we had the best ideas and the most enthusiastic supporters. I know what let's do. Let's transform the Democratic Party by creating the Rainbow Push organization to change the Democratic Party. Then comes Jerry Brown in 1992. The same experience, enthusiasm, excitement of progressives, squashed by the corporatists and the militarists. He says, I know what let's do. Let's create a new organization to transform the Democratic Party. That was called the We the People organization. Fast forward to Dennis Kucinich, the same phenomenon, progressive energy, enthusiasm, squashed by the corporatist militarists. He says, I know what let's do. Let's form Progressive Democrats of America to transform the Democratic Party. Fast forward to Howard Dean, enthusiasm, the excitement, squashed by the corporatist militarists. I know what let's do. Let's form an organization to shift the Democratic Party. That was called Democracy for America. Barack Obama did it. He turned his campaign into Organizing for America. With all due respect, Bernie Sanders has been right about almost everything, but everybody gets to be wrong at least once. Bernie Sanders is wrong that he thinks an organization can transform the Democratic Party. That shit don't work. I'm sorry, but it just doesn't. That's my rant.
You know what? That was pretty good. That was pretty good. I may have to give you like a 5-minute rant segment every once in a while. That was pretty good. I appreciate you so much.
I'm going to actually, because I know that when you're about to do a segment from Philly to the RNC to the DNC, and I hate to put your guest on the hook like this, but I'm going to now be a viewer because I know we're about to segue, and I'd love to hear if he thinks I'm crazy. He thinks I'm partly right.
I'll ask him. Yeah, I'll ask him that first, though.
I don't know.
Thank you.
So we and I are going to talk again, right?
We are definitely going to talk again. I'll probably just shoot you a message as soon as I'm done, but to schedule a conversation so we can follow up more, because we have a lot of different things in the air now to follow up about. But I'll definitely have you back to talk more, not just about Move to Men, other work, as well as, the Green Party and moving forward. One thing that I would like to see is with third party options really becoming, everyone says, well, third parties aren't viable, that they're not viable. It's the chicken and the egg conversation, right? They're not viable if we're not voting. We're not voting because they're not viable. How do we help build and grow opportunities? I really love what I've seen out of the Baltimore Greens so far, and Josh Harris and that whole crew out there.
Harris is the bomb.
I would love to see him win. I would love to. I definitely want to talk to you some more about that and how do we help grow not just our movement work, but also how do we grow third party, opportunities. So I appreciate you. Thank you.